and welcome to Woman Crush Winesday series where I drink wine and talk about women I like. This is the first Black History Month episode. That being said, this month's crush is the first Black First Lady of the United States of America, Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama. Here's to Michelle's grace and elegance and everything that she has done for so many people. Michelle LaVaughn Robinson was born on January 17, 1964 in Chicago's South Side. Her father was a city water plant employee and also a Democratic precinct captain. Her mother was a secretary, but for most of Michelle's adolescence, she was actually a homemaker. Michelle says that she had a pretty conventional home life. She had two parents, an older brother Craig, and many members of her extended family lived within their community. Her great aunt taught Michelle how to play piano, and the family attended services together at the South Shore United Methodist Church. Both Michelle and Craig were gifted students and they skipped the second grade. In fact, Michelle was such a dedicated student that she attended Chicago's first magnet high school, which was a 3-hour commute to and from her home. Michelle remembers more than anything being discriminated against for being a woman. Her peers would ask for her brother's opinions on important topics, but not hers. Oh, internalized misogyny. Regardless, she was on the honor roll all 4 years, participated in National Honor Society and Student Council, and graduated salutatorian of her class in 1981. Some of her high school teachers tried to dissuade Michelle from applying to Princeton University, but she was like, LOL, do you know me? And then did it anyway and got in. And at Princeton, she studied sociology and African American studies. It's during this time that Michelle has said that she faced her first real experience with discrimination against her race. Apparently, the mother of her freshman year roommate, who was white, tried to have her daughter moved from the room because Michelle was black. It didn't work. Although those around her tried to identify with and understand her, she still felt othered because she was a black woman on a white majority campus. To counter that, she got involved with what was the Third World Center, running their daycare center and tutoring during their after-school program. For her thesis, she wanted to find a correlation between the black students that had attended Princeton and their involvement in black communities at home. However, only a fourth of the black alums responded to Michelle, and that made her conclusion not so conclusive. Even so, Michelle graduated from Princeton cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts degree in 1985. After Princeton, Michelle attended Harvard Law.
What, like it's hard?
Not only was she a kick-ass student, but she also participated in demonstrations aimed at getting more professors of color hired. She worked for the Harvard Legal Aid Bureau, helping low-income tenants with housing cases. In 1988, Michelle earned her Juris Doctorate from Harvard. After graduating, Michelle rather famously went to work for a large corporate law firm. This is where, in the summer of 1989, she met an intern who probably went by the name of Barry back then, if we're being totally honest. Yep, this is where Michelle Robinson met Barack Obama, though she had just recently told her mother that she was focusing on her career. I mean, she probably still did, but clearly she made some room for romance. In 1991, Michelle's father passed away from complications due to what I think was multiple sclerosis. Around the same time, one of her close friends passed in a fatal car crash, and it's these two tragedies that really changed the way Michelle viewed her work forever. She left the really big law firm and decided that she wanted to be a public servant. So she became the assistant to Mayor Richard Daley. She eventually became the assistant director of planning and development for the city of Chicago. After 2 years of dating, Barack proposed to Michelle, and on October 3rd, 1992, they were married. In 1993, Michelle Obama became the executive director for the Chicago Office of Public Allies, which was a nonprofit organization that helped young people get into the workforce through leadership training. Here she set all kinds of fundraising records that stood at least 12 years after she left the company. From 1996 to 2005, Michelle worked to create new opportunities for community service through the University of Chicago and the University of Chicago Hospitals. Then she was appointed Vice President for Community and External Affairs at the University of Chicago Medical Centers, where she worked part-time until Barack ran for president in 2008. Of course, along the way, the couple had 2 daughters. Malia Ann was born on July 4th, 1998, and Natasha Sasha was born on June 10th, 2001. Those girls are gonna run the world. When Barack first started campaigning to become a representative in 2000, Michelle really wasn't into the whole campaign deal. She really didn't even want him to run for Senate after he was defeated because she wanted him to focus on the financial needs of their family. Although I'm sure now she really is kind of grateful that he ran. and won. Still, in 2008, she feared that the presidential campaign he was running would have negative impacts on their daughters. In exchange for support of the campaign, Michelle bargained Barack's smoking habit, which clearly has turned out quite well. Though she worried about the impact on their daughters, it was Michelle herself who was targeted racially during the campaign. Many of Barack's opponents, and just people that didn't like him, targeted Michelle, calling her an angry black woman and just basically not saying nice things about her. All of those people lost, twice, I might add, because Barack was elected and re-elected, which gave Michelle the platform to do the amazing things that she has done. Like her Let's Move initiative, for example, which aims to end childhood obesity by educating both child and parent. There is so much more that I could say about Michelle Obama. She fought and continues to fight for women, for LGBTQ+ groups, equality and empowerment. She's reached out to homeless populations across the country and shown that those people are people with human lives and they matter. She supported the arts and memes, and she's just so graceful, and I miss her a lot. I'm really glad Michelle Obama was the first black first lady. Here's to many more who are going to follow in her steps by showing compassion to American people, immigrants, refugees, people of all creeds and genders and sexualities and lifestyles. Thank you, Michelle, and thank you to all of my viewers who voted for her in last month's poll. And of course, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. In the comments below, let me know what your favorite thing about Michelle Obama is, and of course, leave more suggestions to add to my very, 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 very long list. I'll eventually get to as many women as I possibly can. Hopefully, the list will never end, and neither will this series. Don't forget to check out the poll in the cards for next month's Woman Crush Winesday, which will take place on International Women's Day. If you're not already subscribed to The Princess and the Scrivener, please do so down below, especially if you would like to see more videos on Disney, intersectional feminism, pop culture critiques, Women Crush Wednesday, and more. If I remember correctly, Sarah will be seeing you for the next 2 weeks, and then I will see you for International Women's Day.